Did you know there's a museum in Texas that's entirely dedicated to funeral history? Or that you can see an entire collection of toilet seat art in a man's garage? Considered a Texas landmark? Well, saddle up, partners, because today we're taking a road trip off the beaten path. We're going deep into the heart of Texas to uncover the weirdest museums y'all never knew existed. Forget the Alamo for a minute. These places will really make you scratch your head and say, "Only in Texas." Welcome to the Lone Star Plate, y'all. I'm mighty glad you're here. On this channel, we're all about exploring everything that makes Texas one of a kind, quirks and all. If you're someone who loves discovering hidden gems around the Lone Star State, you're in just the right place. Today, you'll find out why Texas museums aren't just about cowboys or oil. They're about just about anything you can imagine, and a few things you can't. Trust me, you'll want to stick around, because I guarantee by the end, you'll be updating your Texas bucket list. All right, let's get started with one of the wildest museums the state has to offer, the National Museum of Funeral History in Houston. Now, most folks wouldn't expect a museum about funerals to be interesting, or even exist, for that matter. But Texans can turn anything into an adventure. This museum is full of historic hearses, caskets used for the famous and infamous, and funeral traditions from around the world. There's even a replica of Abraham Lincoln's funeral train and a coffin shaped like a giant hot dog from Ghana. You'll learn about everything from presidential funerals to the science behind embalming. And it's as fascinating as it is spooky. Plus, you can see Marilyn Monroe's and Elvis Presley's original funeral guest books. It's a place where respect meets curiosity. Only in Texas could mourning turn into such a memorable experience. Now let's jump on over to a place with a little more seat. That's right. We're talking about Barney Smith's Toilet Seat Art Museum in San Antonio. For over 50 years, retired plumber Barney Smith decorated toilet seats with just about anything you can imagine. License plates, coins, tiny toy cars, even an actual piece of the Berlin Wall. It started as a quirky hobby in his garage, but turned into a full-blown museum, drawing folks from all over the world. There are over 1,400 works of art, on toilet seats, of course, each telling its own bizarre story. When Barney passed away, his collection moved to the Colony, Texas, where you can still catch a glimpse of his one-of-a-kind, sometimes hilarious, sometimes heartfelt masterpieces. It's the kind of place that'll have you saying, "Bless his heart," while grinning ear to ear. But wait, the peculiarity keeps on coming. Let's talk about the Devil's Rope Museum in McLean. Ever been curious about barbed wire? Well, someone was, and they went all out. This museum houses the world's largest collection of, you guessed it, barbed wire. Yes, there are hundreds of different types, each with its own Texas tale. You'd be amazed at how meaningful and innovative a little twisted steel could be in taming what used to be the wild Texas plains. They've even got barbed wire sculptures and a gift shop with wire souvenirs. So if you're fixing to learn about the true stuff that held the West together, this place is an absolute must-see. Next up, the Salt Palace Museum in Grand Saline. Picture this, a whole museum made out of salt bricks in a town built on top of one of the world's largest salt domes. This isn't your average building. Visitors are welcome to literally take a lick of history. Just don't let the kids go wild. Inside, you'll get a taste, pun absolutely intended, of the history of salt mining in Texas and the vital role it played making everything from pickles to cattle licks. It's a little off the highway, but where else can you say you've been inside a palace built entirely of salt? We can't talk about weird museums without mentioning the Dr. Pepper Museum in Waco. Now you might think, what's so weird about Dr. Pepper? Well, step inside and you'll find 3 stories packed with soda history, including vintage bottles, antique soda fountains, and the original well where Dr. Pepper's secret recipe was made. You can even order a Dr. Pepper made the old-fashioned way right at the soda counter. And rumor has it, Waco locals are mighty proud to be the birthplace of this mysterious blend of 23 flavors. Let's face it, only Texans would turn a soft drink into a full-on shrine. If that's too sweet, then head north to Paris, Texas, home of the Texas Eiffel Tower and Red River Valley Veterans Museum. You heard that right? Paris boasts a 65-foot Eiffel Tower topped off with a genuine red cowboy hat. That's Texas for you. But right nearby, you'll also find a museum dedicated to veterans of the Red River Valley, with memorabilia from every American conflict. Where else but Texas could you pay respect to both world history and cowpoke culture in one town square? But y'all, nothing quite prepares you for the Munster Mansion replica in Waxahachie. If you remember the classic 1960s TV show, The Munsters, here's your chance to see the house brought to life in stunning, spooky detail. The owners lovingly recreated every room, right down to Lily's bouquets of dead flowers and Grandpa's electric chair. They opened it up for charity tours. Just watch out for cobwebs and secret passages. It's so true to screen, you'll expect Herman himself to come bumbling down the stairs. Still not weird enough? Okay, brace yourself. The Museum of the Weird in Austin, it's a wild mix of classic sideshow gaffs, shrunken heads, mummies, a legendary Minnesota Iceman, fortune-telling machines, and all sorts of oddities that fit Austin's famous Keep Austin Weird motto to a T. Enter through the back of a souvenir shop, and you'll find yourself lost in the most unpredictable collection in the state. Is that a real chupacabra? You'll just have to see for yourself. And before we hit the trail, here's one for the ghost hunters, the Yorktown Memorial Hospital Museum. Nestled in a remote South Texas town, this abandoned hospital is now a museum haunted by history, and maybe a little more. Creepy medical equipment, crumbling halls, and chilling tales from those who've spent the night here make it a dream visit for thrill seekers and paranormal fans alike. Whew, what a ride! So folks, which of these weird Texas museums would you most want to visit? Or have y'all already checked one off this list? Drop your strangest Texas museum story down in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more offbeat adventures deep in the heart of Texas. Life's too short for boring museums. Only in Texas can weird feel so right. Till next time, this is the Lone Star Plate, signing off with a big ol' "Y'all come back now, you hear?"